Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Marvel Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the Marvel Universe.
Excelsior to you, our merry Marvelites. I think I can say that, right?
Yes,
Marvelites?
I think Merry Marvelites is a
Combining
perfect
everything?
marriage. of
Merry
the two.
Marvelites. Welcome back to our 20...
What? What?
That was my computer.
That was exciting.
So I was like, what's
things
going
to
on?
say.
What's going on? Welcome back to our 26th show in all.
6 of that was 27.
27. You're right, 27. I forgot to change the number. We are the Marvel Movie News, coming to you live from the Danger Room, where we...
That was the.
Is that your computer?
It's an ad for us playing. It's very
An
confusing.
ad for us?
It's a whole thing.
We're the Marvel. This is how we do it, Damien.
Yeah.
We're the Marvel Movie News, coming to you live from the Danger Room, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. Subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News, or find us through the Popcorn Talk Network on YouTube, Popcorn Talk Network, or you can find us through their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN, Facebook, we're the Marvel Movie News. Like us, comment, share us, love us, accept us.
I just like Damien on Twitter.
Aw. I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at M. Placko.
I'm Coy Jandreau at Coy Jandreau.
And we've got a special guest in the studio with us today, Mr. Damien Beurer.
Hey there, this is Damien Beurer. I am at a comic book nerd on the Twitters.
You can go find it like I did.
And you work at the Wizard World.
Yeah,
and
I
you
do.
also do a
The
show called
world of-
Superpower Beatdown.
Yes.
Tell us
Wizard
everything.
World. I handle the video production over there, and I produce, host, and basically comic book nerd Superpower Beatdown. Myself and Aaron Shernka.
Which was super random because that's how we met.
Yes.
At WonderCon this weekend.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was. I was running around with a microphone saying, "Hi, who'd win in a fight?"
Yeah, so WonderCon was this weekend, by the way, guys.
Yes.
I don't know if you know, but it was super awesome. It was my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's a fun show.
Because I'm new to the West Coast. I didn't really do a lot of West Coast shows outside of Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con when I was East Coast. Had an awesome time at WonderCon, and I'm there with my friends Manzi and Space Invader, and we're dressed as Mario Princess Bunnies. It was really fun. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, we want to ask you some questions for Superpower Beatdown." And Manzi seemed to know who you were, so I was like, "Yeah, let's go do this."
So I seemed safe.
Yeah, he seems safe. I'm like, we don't, there's a rule. If you're in a sexy costume, just don't talk to every person with a camera. It's just kind of thing. And he asks us, who would win in a fight? I don't want to give too much away.
No, you
okay.
can. No, we've announced it, so it's okay.
Who would win in a fight? Harley Quinn and Joker versus Deadpool and Domino.
Correct.
And the girls who are nerds in their own right, but not comic book nerds, kind of, throw out some answers. And I apparently geeked out a little bit. I don't want to spoil too much because I hope people can watch my answer.
Yeah, you geeked out a lot a bit, and it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was very impressive.
Well, we've got a lot of news to cover, so let's jump into the news real quick.
We have no news. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened this
Oh, right,
week.
I know.
Nothing happened this morning.
No.
This afternoon.
Not at
there
all.
was-
Just right now.
Yeah, I wasn't like furiously trying to fill out new news this morning.
Naked people.
Naked people. What?
That's coming up later on Fox.
So Deadpool, there's more shots. Are you having fun with Thanos over there?
I really am. He's got like this like power masturbation
fist.
arm thing going.
Come on, that's not true.
It's true.
That's what he uses the gauntlet for.
That's
death.
okay. This
No,
is
the gauntlet's in the left hand, man. He's a
So
lefty.
we've got
Mouse click.
Deadpool shots that were leaked out, and so we have a good shot of Marina Baccarin. Is that how you say her name? Baccarin.
Baccarin. I say
like
Baccarin.
Is that the
Karen.
girl dressed as a stripper talking to Ryan Reynolds?
No.
No, I don't know
She's
who
the
that
brunette.
is.
Actually, she's kind of got funky, like brunette, red, purple
Yeah,
hair.
she's playing Vanessa Carlyle, so we all
Copycat.
are
Yeah.
assuming
That girl.
Yeah,
that girl. There she
She's
is.
very unhappy in that photo.
Yes, she looks like she had bad crafty that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a breakfast burrito that just did not agree.
No, it did not.
And then we've also got Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool hiding, apparently either a vampire or hiding himself from the paparazzi.
I feel really bad because this is a super big spoiler picture, and we probably should have said something. But the fact that he's scarred up makes me so
incredible.
I don't know that that's a spoiler.
You know what makes me happier?
Yeah.
He has a mouth.
He does have a mouth.
Yeah.
A merc with some sort of mouth.
Yeah.
But the biggest picture, or the one that I was most excited about, was the one of T.J. Miller as Weasel.
And a stripper.
Well, and a stripper.
Why are you excited, Matt?
I know. Wait,
Two reasons.
Were you excited for T.J. Miller or the blonde?
Honestly, TJ, I was like, oh, that's what Weasel's gonna look like. That's great. I'll tell you. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, here's this chick. I think that's how you can tell that I'm a true comic book fan, because I saw TJ Miller as Weasel before I saw the stripper.
And you love your fiance so much.
And that is also true. That is also very true.
I was expecting Pauly Shore to play the Weasel. Am I dating?
Yeah.
Am I dating myself?
Just
I'm
get out of
sorry.
here.
All of our audience is like, what's an Encino, man?
What? We're in Encino.
We are in Encino.
know.
That is true.
Oh God.
I gotta go back to this face scarring. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it, I was so worried about it, and it looks better than I ever dreamed. It's every picture makes me happier.
And they'll probably add to it in CGI.
Yeah.
Too,
He's still too good looking. He's still too
I'm
handsome.
sorry, it's Ryan Reynolds. You
Ryan
can't
Reynolds,
ever make
they
him
can't
not
go
to. I
farther than
know.
that.
You could actually blast his face off with an actual RPG, and he'd still be good
Ryan
looking.
Reynolds.
Sorry.
So
God,
yeah,
there's
we've got
something in
those.
my eye.
We've got
I'm
those,
so
but then
tearing
we've
up
also
over this.
got confirmed as Ajax is
Ajax.
Ed Skrein.
Skeen.
Skrein?
Yeah,
Is it Skrein? Skrein?
Skrein.
So there he is. So that's the picture that we've got that was snuck on set. So that's what he's apparently going to look like, at least at some point in the Deadpool movie.
It's such a, his casual candid is full crazy.
I
I love everybody else's paparazzi photos umbrella, and he's like, hey,
I
live
Taking a
this.
photograph of me.
in my head, he was in the middle of giving his best impression of something, and they just kind of caught him. He's probably on set screwing around, having a really great time with someone, and they just captured him in the moment.
It's perfect.
I think he's in
I'm more
character.
excited for Ajax.
Yeah.
He's like, I want cheese on that. Cheese.
I said cheese on my turkey sandwich. That's roast beef. That's not even close to cheese.
You guys excited for Daredevil?
It's not even
Can't see. Look at my eyes.
God, look at this. I'm excited to see Ajax.
And the obligatory Deadpool pooping.
The single greatest. Okay, last week I was excited about the Burt Reynolds image.
You know what? Just go. Just have a good time.
Last week, the Burt Reynolds image
You get a minute and a half.
was my favorite moment of all of comicdom becoming a cinematic adventure. Now we have a picture of Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool costume reading the Death of Deadpool issue on the toilet. There are so many layers of awesomeness and glory that this picture shouldn't exist. We've reached the singularity of nerddom where this can happen and it can be perfect and lit well and happy, and there's so much joy there.
Nope. What would have made this better is if he was ripping a page out to wipe with.
Oh. Okay.
It went from an A plus to an A.
Sorry,
but
mic
still.
drop.
No, you know what? I actually prefer the way it is, because there's almost a look of shock and surprise on his face.
There's reverence and hey.
Yeah.
He's being coy on the toilet.
And that's just a squirt gun on the ground there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's just
Is that
there's layers.
Just
to this.
randomness.
I
Just
really,
such randomness.
I just want these every week. Give me one of these promo images. That's
Just Ryan Reynolds in the suit doing anything he wants to do.
That's
living his
all I
life.
want.
Yeah.
That's all I want out of this. In this, I just want to say, at Fox, this is such a great marketing promotion campaign for this.
It's coming out shockingly soon.
It
because
is.
They're like, hey, we need to make it now.
Yeah.
This is the
Less
best
than a year
marketing
now.
campaign any movie has had in this genre.
And it's on point to the character. It tells me between this image and the Burt Reynolds image, and plus the silly the video,
Slater.
the Slater Christian Slater
Yes,
video. This is everything I need to know about the movie. You don't need to give me a description. Just give me this, and I know exactly what I'm in store for.
That minute and a half ET interview
Yeah.
cost them dozens of dollars and was better marketing campaign than the millions they put into most movies.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, easily. And it just shows if it's Ryan Reynolds or whoever, or maybe it's a team of people, they all get it. And that's what's so fun. It's the promise of, we get it. It's great.
And Fox is letting this be their promotional, which gives me so much more faith in Fox. The fact that Fox is fine, go crazy.
Yeah.
This is a promo still? That's amazing. Fox is finally like, this is the Bill O'Reilly network. And they're like, screw it, just take a crap.
I want to say,
Amazing.
I really think James Gunn really kind of set the tone for comic book movies, and by his whole, like, you know,
You mean with Guardians of the Galaxy?
Galaxy, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just the cockiness of it, and then them finally going, look, it works. And then finally somebody going, all right, let's try it.
Well, and,
But this never would have happened had James Gunn not paved the path by going that route.
And I also feel like, you know, with X-Men and Fantastic Four and Deadpool, they're all kind of different divisions within the same company. So whatever group got in charge of this, like they know the fans, they know the fan base. I think Ryan himself has a lot of say, because I mean he's obviously an uber Deadpool fan. So I think, I mean, we know this movie would never have been made if it wasn't for him campaigning for it. So I really feel like, I hope they realize how well this is going to go, and it'll influence their other comic book properties going forth in the future.
Just the fact that it's rated R means they're finally taking that leap. Like, maybe we'll get closer to Wolverine rated R down the line.
Yeah, and you know, and honestly, like, we don't need the X-Men campaign to be campy and silly like this, because for the X-Men world, it doesn't work. No. But I hope that they, I don't know, it gives me a lot of, it makes me very excited for Apocalypse. So
yeah,
just saying.
Yeah,
this is making.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Fox, we're still over at Fox. Fantastic Four released a new Thing picture today.
I told you guys the Thing is awesome looking.
No, he looks
real good.
He looks amazing.
So the poster that they released, that international poster, was awful, and he looked like the rock monsters from Saturn that Thor fought.
Korg,
thank you.
Discussed that, yes.
He looked like that, and I was like, I don't want to see the Thing look like a rock monster from Saturn that Thor needs to fight. But then this picture looks completely different from that.
But it still sucks. I'm the biggest naysayer. It sucks. It doesn't look like Thing. You put that in a lineup, I would say that's Rockslide from the X-Men. That's not the Thing.
You know, it does look very much like Rockslide. Yeah,
but Rockslide and the Thing are both rocks.
There's jagged rock, and then there's orange basketball rock.
But for this world, it works.
For the ass crap. What is it? The Ultimate Universe. Thank you. It's the Ultimate version of it. But the Thing didn't even look like that in the Ultimate Universe.
Now I feel like we're getting
he looks like
he does not look like the monster from Galaxy Quest. He does not look like the monster from Galaxy Quest.
Now I want to see the comparison with Rockslide, because it does look like Rockslide.
I see Rockslide, but
Rockslide has more of a jaw, but he still looks like Rockslide.
Well, and Rockslide also has like a more pointed head to him. Like,
do you not see the pointy head? There's no blue eyes. There's no.
His eyes are in the shadow.
I think the blue eyes are going to be CG'd in. I think they're going to be.
It's the eyebrows. Ben Grimm has the eyebrows.
That's
nobody has gotten the eyebrows. No one has. I think in the next incarnation they're going to get the Thing right, because I'll be doing it.
Okay, all right. Hey,
I think that's the best picture we've gotten yet, because no one is looking off at nothing.
The Infinity Gauntlet has been thrown.
Wow.
But no, you're dropped.
But no, you're right. Like going back to the Thing, he isn't. He's looking. No, he's kind of looking. I'm sorry, he's kind of looking a little.
But he's looking with purpose. Unlike Basketball Human Torch. I mean,
Bike Torch.
I will say, someone in the chat does say he looks a little constipated.
Thank you. He looks like a poop monster.
Oh,
he looks like the Golgothan's cousin.
Annihilation of the World 7. I agree with you. He doesn't.
I don't want to, pardon the pun, poop on the MCU, but they're still not getting the Thing right, and they still have not gotten Fantastic Four right. And this also, sorry, I'm cutting you off again.
Yeah.
No,
this also looks like the hallway from the facility where Johnny Storm lights up for the first time, the hallway that we've seen in that Thing. So there's got to be some kind of similarity.
Well, I think it's always like it's where he like erupts out of that rock cocoon or whatever else, that kind of thing. But
it would make sense, because he looks like a slate rock fireplace.
Boom, boom.
Nice. Can I say though, like, I love. Can we zoom out on the Thing's picture? Get away from it. I love that one of the shoulders is bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Like that little detail.
That, or he's walking and it's a turn. That's how I interpreted it.
I'll go that way because again, the Thing is symmetrical. This is non-symmetrical. Rockslide is asymmetrical.
I think that's cool.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think it looks cool.
This is the first thing that I don't think looks awful, so I'll give it cool.
See,
it's the first thing that I've seen from the Fantastic Four that I'm like, okay, maybe you get it. Like, maybe I'll give you a little bit more credit than I've given you so far. I want to like Fantastic Four. Like, I love that
I'm just
comic,
saying, because of some of the things that I'm not privy to say, I was excited about the Thing. Seeing this now public, I'm even more excited about the Thing. And I'm just going to go back to my original statement that I strongly believe that original original poster was something that was leaked that was not supposed to be meant for public consumption.
international one?
The international one. I'm just saying somehow it fell into the wrong hands, or some studio screwed up. So I'm really happy to see this, and I just go with it, Fox.
Okay.
I'm just glad that he's taller than Sue Storm, who's being played by Zoe Barnes from House of Cards.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
What?
Yeah.
It's better than the last one.
Yeah.
I
was just getting all the right-
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I just really, because I love the Shield. And I really love that the actor who played the thing in the last one, that was the only Chickless was the only redeeming thing about the
Chris Evans
Fantastic.
as Human Torch, and then
Oh,
him
I
growing
always
up to
forget
be Captain
about. Yeah,
America.
I always forget that he was Human Torch.
I
Yeah.
like that he's like, I'm an immature
Yeah.
teenager. Then he's like, you know
I
what?
just-
The world's pretty awesome. I'm Captain America.
Yeah.
I love that, like, his growth as an actor, like his arch and like his maturing as an actor is his turning from Human Torch Cap. That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, now can we move over to what I'm really excited about?
Would that be X-Men Apocalypse?
Deadpool
Of course it
picture.
is. Guys, look, it's Archangel. Is this concept art? Is this?
Sweetheart, calm down.
No,
Calm down.
it's
Don't
what
make
I
me put you in the
want.
cage, okay?
It's
Calm
what I
down.
want. It's so bad. Look at
This is some concept art for that Bryan Singer released for Archangel or Angel. He said was, "I can confirm that Ben Hardy is Angel, but he's not a very nice angel," and that's all he'll say.
It's the metal wings. It's the and look, they kind of gave him this like.
What's the butterfly effect add-on there?
Wait,
There's
what?
two separate pairs of wings. He's got the top wings.
Archangel had two sets of wings.
Yeah.
He had the high shoulder mount and then like the lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that he's never going to be Angel to turn into Archangel. I fear that since
That
Bryan
is-
Singer
that is
doesn't,
like a fear.
since Bryan Singer doesn't read comics, he's just going to start.
Oh, really?
With what's
He doesn't?
Cool.
Yeah,
He
but
just-
Bryan Singer
No.
doesn't work on his films. Other people do.
Also, that being said, we
I don't know
don't need
anything about this.
Angel in Apocalypse. We need Archangel in
Yes.
Apocalypse.
I would
Yes.
love even just a flashback of him as Angel turning into Archangel.
But I think
hope
we will
get. I
because
really-
we've seen the concept
But you're
art
never
of the
going to see
feathered
Cameron
wings.
Hodges. You're never going to see him lose the wings, have them amputated. You're never going to see him stuck up against the wall in the sewers
We're not
of
going to
Kansas.
see it in this
We
movie,
might,
but we
might.
Yeah.
Why won't we? I think we will.
Bryan
I really
Singer
want
does an
to.
amazing job with very angst-ridden, like hard characters, and I think he's going to handle Archangel really well. I'm just afraid
Yeah.
since he's very good at that, he won't handle Angelware well.
Yeah.
So. I don't
Maybe
know.
he just like jumps straight to it.
Yeah, that's my only concern. And that'd be okay if they're doing the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which they pretty much have to do. I'm just worried that one of my favorite characters is going to be given half the treatment he should.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Is Angel one of your favorite characters?
Kudos. Good answer.
Is
yeah.
Angel one of your favorite
Oh,
characters?
Angel's incredible. He's the most evolved of the X-Men that doesn't get any respect. Like he's done the most things without ever being like. I don't think he's my favorite X-Men, but I think he's the most crapped upon X-Men.
No, and I think
because he's one of the originals
Yeah.
and he's Archangel. He's done so much,
and
he's
it's
like,
been
oh, yeah.
made so apparent how they've B-listed him in the modern comics, like when they
Yeah.
took his memory away.
Now he's a crazy dude flying
Yeah.
Oh
around.
yeah,
like,
now he's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not
But
fair.
and he can heal people when he has the feathery wings, and then he can basically
Not his
erupt.
original
Yeah.
incarnation. You could.
No,
Secondary
he
mutation.
No, secondary mutation.
Yeah.
He can erupt and become the steel-winged Archangel again, and then
It's-
just be the Angel of Death.
Yeah,
but then he
I-
can molt again and turn back
He's
into
a
feathery.
multi-millionaire who has helped mutant kind, and they don't even touch on that. Like,
Yeah,
even in
I-
the comics now, he's the Steve Jobs of awesome, and they need some respect.
Well, he's also
Yeah.
the Tony Stark. He's bankrolled the X-Men for
Yes,
how many
yeah.
years?
Like he's done so
Yeah.
much. All these
Yeah.
things are just like, yeah, dude's got feathers. Like why?
He can fly with a bazooka.
Like, one of my favorite arcs with him is when he actually deals with almost having them taken away when he wants to go get his mutant powers, and they touch that in the animated series so well
Yeah.
too. And it's I don't know. I love Angel. I love Archangel.
HS Productions says he's the Aquaman of the X.
That's how he's portrayed.
But it's true. It's so like
Slow clap,
Aquaman.
sir. Slow
No.
clap. That was beautiful.
I mean, he's not super strong. He
has hollow wings.
Yeah,
He has hollow bones.
Wait, he has hollow bones.
can-
His bones are
that's how-
hollow.
he's
that's
like
how
a
he can
bird. He's a
fly.
bird basically.
Well, no,
He can
I
see
get it.
really, really far. He has hollow bones, so he's really light. He weighs about 90 pounds, wet with a rock in his pocket, and he can fly really fast. I think his maximum speed is like 190 miles an hour at like a straight downward.
So a peregrine falcon can fly faster than
Yes,
Angel.
actually, yes. I mean, he can
just saying.
Yeah,
No, he's also human size versus bird size. You have to.
Why are we doing that? We all like
really
Angel.
sad.
We don't need to defend him.
I'm just
He's got a
saying.
really nice personality.
Yeah.
I just have a really hard time seeing them taking what they did with him in the past, which has been completely wiped out from the last X-Men film, where they just wiped out all of history.
For Moon Knight.
You know, to the kid with the scraping off, trying to rasp off his wings as he's growing, to trying to take the anti-mutation drug. I don't see how they're gonna make anybody care about this character in the hour and a half, 2 hours that they're gonna.
But you know what? I don't need that for this film. I just need Archangel as a Four Horsemen. That's all.
You're the exact thing that everyone wants to hear at Fox right now. I don't care. I just want to see him.
But I'm saying, give me Archangel, give me that backstory. We cover that, and then going forward, we just have Ben Hardy as Angel. Because if they follow the comics, if this is going to be more like Age of Apocalypse, we all know it's going to be a alternate universe, and they'll eventually rewrite everything.
Yeah, that's the word.
And we'll get to see, hopefully, almost a reboot of First Class with the actual First
I think
Class.
the best thing they could do is have him as Archangel when we introduce him, have a nod to him being Angel in the past, and then when we defeat Apocalypse, have him be Angel again, and then moving forward do that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And I would love that, but I worry that the way the movies had gone in the past, they might not do that, because I really love First Class. I defend it. I love First Class. But I don't think that Bryan Singer will play that close to the chest with his characters.
So you had no problem with Havoc being older than Scott?
Oh, that drives me crazy.
And you
but I still love
thought...
But the movie
I'm
itself
not saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's fantastic.
Okay.
So while we're on the subject of Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen, let's talk about who Apocalypse is and who the Four Horsemen are.
As in Abin Sur?
And Abin Sur, which I think is Egyptian for good morning, something like that, or have a good day. And I think that's actually the case.
It's Egyptian for sup.
I thought it was the first one.
The first one, yes.
But it's like the beginning of the day. It's like it's kind of a weird translation.
It's a title, not so much a name.
Yeah.
And he's technically him and Namor can duke it out as to who the first mutant is.
Apocalypse.
I know.
Predates.
But I'm just saying, just how Namor
Namor always claims it, but he doesn't have that.
Exactly.
He claims all the women in the Marvel universe.
That's
He
just
claims
because he was in Marvel number one.
No. Submariner was the first created mutant.
I know, but I'm just saying Namor
Saba,
refers to many times, I'm the first mutant. He's so petty.
I'm gonna go put my speedo on.
Yeah, but yeah. So Anab and Sor, aka Apocalypse, comes about in the Egyptian times. His whole thing is basically he wants to create the strongest. It's very Darwinism. He wants the strongest, the most fittest, and to survive. And he wants to basically control the evolution of mutant kind,
which he sees as like the next
generation, evolution. And it's weird how he hooks up with Sinister, who has very similar goals, but Sinister goes about it through genetic mutation, where Anab and Sor, Apocalypse just wants to fight it out.
Well, I just had I need to do a Mr. Sinister dating site where like he's matching people up, because that's exactly what he did. So we're just going to take a little bit of the Summers DNA, a little bit of the Gray DNA. We're going to create another kid. Like how would you go about making that dating site happen? Like no, you will go out on a date with her. You will have children.
Can we do a video of that, please?
Yes, we'll do.
Dating for the X gene positive.
Yeah. But there's also the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So whenever Apocalypse arrives, he tries to bring. His name is Apocalypse because he's bringing about the apocalypse. And he always has his Four Horsemen, and the Four Horsemen are usually heroes that he's taken and brainwashed and recreated in his own sort of image. So the first one that he does that to is Angel, who he turns into Archangel.
Who he actually considers his greatest achievement.
Yeah, his greatest horseman.
He was Death. That's the
he was
Horseman.
Death.
Yes, he was the Death Horseman.
He was the Horseman of Death.
Yes.
Did Apocalypse call him Archangel, or did he adopt that name?
He adopted that name afterwards. He was the Horseman Death.
Yeah.
Along with the three others, he found Pestilence, Famine, and War. Who were three unknowns that he just happened to pick up and give them powerful
a lot more
powers.
power. Yeah, and then so he did that, but he also had Wolverine at one point as the Horseman of Death,
and the Hulk.
And the Hulk. Wait, the Hulk? Really?
Hulk
I didn't remember that.
Hulk was War.
Gambit was a horseman. Sunfire, I believe, was Pestilence, wasn't he?
I believe so.
I think so.
My favorite Pestilence, I'm blanking on. It was a female mutant. God, what was her name?
With the original ones in X Factor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some girl named Samantha or something like that, and she was like this frail little girl who had like this like strangest diseases, and then her mutation kicked open, and that's where she had her pestilence. But my favorite thing was about that storyline is she used her famine powers on Jean Grey, and the way Jean Grey saved herself was they were battling in Central Park, and she ate the entire contents of a hot dog cart to survive, dying of famine. So you've got this little off panel in an X Factor book of Jean Grey like stuffing hot dogs in her mouth, like
it's
Oh, that's funny.
I think they're gonna have to go.
graphic.
They'll have to go Wolverine because naturally they want. If you're gonna be like the most cared about X-Men, they'll have to. And then it might be an interesting way to. I mean, this is the last one.
Yeah, it might be a nice way to like get Hugh Jackman out of there.
I want to see him as a bad guy before he goes away.
No, what do you?
I'm gonna say.
You were so adamant.
I know they're not going to use Wolverine. They're not going to use him. What they're going to do, because in doing so, will detract from the character of Archangel from the storyline. So they're not going to do that. That's my prediction.
Wow, you're actually putting faith into Brian Singer to not.
They will not
overuse.
Oh no, they'll use Wolverine to defeat Apocalypse. They just won't make him.
They won't make him.
I think he'll be the last Horseman made, and then he'll only be a Horseman for a little bit, and then he'll.
All I'm saying is I want Dark Beast. I just want Dark Beast.
He'll be tempted.
Dark Beast. That would be awesome.
Dark Beast. So Dark Beast in Apocalypse world is like mad scientist extreme. I mean, we're talking like Nazi-esque experiments. You know, it's very Heinrich Himmler type stuff. It's fascinating, and he's just one of my favorite incarnations in the MCU. Well, Marvel Universe, not MCU.
And he was the blue, dark-haired furry beast that looked better than the cat beast.
Yeah, and he has like a horn coming out of his head. He's
what he does now.
Yeah.
Later on, yeah.
I think they'll do the ones that are like. The way the movies are now, they use the most popular actors as the lead characters. So I feel like, which makes sense. It sells tickets. So I feel like if they're going to do anything, it'd be Archangel, Wolverine, maybe Beast since it's Nick Holt's last X-Men, and then maybe they'll introduce one more, and that way you've still got the driving force and you care. Because if you have all just introduced characters as the Horsemen, you don't care if they die.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work. So I think they'll have at least one person we know is.
Yeah.
Though I think they'll have one person, but I think like the other three.
They can be introduced in this way.
They can be introduced, or we could just get rid of them. Like,
well, that's why I see the other three Horsemen as throwaways. You're not going to see Hugh Jackman as one of them, but you're going to have the fourth Horseman, Death, is Archangel, and that's the only one you're going to care about, and the only one that the entire team is going to try to redeem and bring back to the fold.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's good.
We wrote the movie. There it is.
Before we move on to Marvel, I've noticed in the chat people are debating about what I'm wearing. I want to point out I'm actually wearing a Portal, an Aperture Laboratories romper that I got from We Love Fine, and it's I'm kind of portal bounding today. So I really like the idea that I'm going to be in the next Ninja Turtles movie, or I've actually never Ghostbusters is good.
Janine.
I love Janine. I'd totally be Janine. Never seen Orange is the New Black. So
Ghostbusters. What do you want?
But so this is, you can pick it up on the We Love Fine website. It was on sale at WonderCon, so I couldn't pass it up.
Resist. I don't blame you. Cute. It looks good.
Excellent purchase.
But I was like, oh, hey guys, that's what I'm wearing.
So let's jump to Marvel real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Where we've got, there's another trailer that came out this week. I think we've all seen the entire movie by now.
Pretty much 2/3 of it.
Yeah, I feel like we've watched the movie on layaway. Like we've like purchased just a little bit of it at a time. So. Are you stealing my?
No, I just want to. She actually stole mine. People were like, "Chloe Dexter is wearing the same thing in the SourceFed Table Talk," and I'm like, "She actually borrowed this." She texted me and said, "I'm wearing your jumpsuit before I give it to you."
Okay. Now I'm just.
I ruined everything.
Yeah. There's a new trailer.
Which I didn't watch until we walked in today.
I think the opposite. I think they're showing that. They've shown us the first act. They've shown us the snow scene. We know that's the beginning of the movie. We've seen some of the Hulkbuster fight. I feel like we haven't seen much of the second or third act. I think Joss Whedon's too smart
almost
for
a 3-hour movie, so I know like there's a lot of stuff to see.
Yeah, and
we've probably seen 10 minutes of 2 hours.
Yeah, and upon watching the new trailer, I was afraid it was going to show. It's a lot of the same footage, couple new bits, couple new lines. I'm still hearing Raymond Reddington now whenever I hear Ultron. I'm actually my only complaint with the trailer is that I guess that first one we saw was not the second one we saw.
Like the final one that was the one that was released where we like all
that one was
went
so
crazy.
perfect
So
that I
good.
kind of feel like this one was
They could've left it
unnecessary.
there.
Yeah. They should have just left it alone.
'Cause
Like
this
you
was
have to
that
have the
80%
TV
of that.
spots.
Yeah.
You have to have the TV spots, which we get, and like that should have a little bit of new footage. But this was just like, wait, you're doing another one? And it's,
Yeah,
Why are
right
you
before
doing
it comes
another
out,
one?
we're already
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
it. You've already made $1.2 billion. It's
I bought my tickets 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
We're
like
good.
everyone that's gonna
We're
see
good.
it is gonna see it, and that's everyone.
But if I may, it like this much promotion always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
And it like in my mind, here's my fear. I don't think that this is the case because it's Marvel and I trust Marvel. But Marvel also made Iron Man 2 and 3, which weren't great. They were okay. They were fun, but they weren't amazing. What?
I loved 3.
That's okay.
They should have made Lethal Weapon 5 instead.
Thank you.
It
We'll
was
debate that
the
later.
third act
We'll
was
debate
Lethal
3 later.
Weapon
Yes,
5.
there were really good
but,
parts.
Riggs on
Continue.
top of Iron Suit.
But I am worried when I see this much, and my concern is that Marvel and Disney are doing their best to make sure that everyone goes opening weekend before bad reviews come out. That's my fear.
People are still going to see it. They're still going to want to see
Yeah.
because of what has happened in the past. And also, you would be complaining if you weren't seeing enough.
I was happy with the third one, like with that last, like not this trailer,
But then
the one right
if there was
before
this
it,
if there was a moratorium and they
Dude,
stopped
I
putting
would,
stuff
I
out,
would absolutely not be.
no.
I feel
Maybe
like
other people would. I would not be. I was so happy with that last trailer. Like,
at this point, Marvel is serialized. Like at this point, Avengers 2 is just part of a 10-act structure. So I feel like you can't not see the end of Phase 2. So I don't think that without these trailers, people wouldn't see it. I think it's really important for Marvel to know.
I can
where
get
they're
behind
heading.
that.
So
I can
I
get
think no
behind
matter
that.
what, it's like I said, it's already got $1 billion in the bank. It just needs to get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from that, still speaking about Age of Ultron, we have a new Vision character posted that was released today. Can you
Yeah, I'm
put that
excited to
up?
finally see the Vision character
Yeah,
poster.
right? Like We've all been waiting for that.
I was telling Matt earlier. The second I saw this, for a second it looked like Don Cheadle as the Vision.
It really does.
I could
And I
see
had
that.
to, and I had to crook my head just enough to look at him straight on to realize that it's definitely not Don Cheadle, but it really looks like him.
It really
I
does.
really want to. I find this so interesting because you see all the Ultrons in the background, and Vision himself looks very menacing that it makes you question what side he's on.
We all know what side he's on.
Well, I'm just saying, us here at the round table know, but if I was not a comic book fan looking at this poster, it's a really good red herring.
Well, when the Vision first came out in the comics, you didn't know if he was good or bad. He was evil. He was the son of Ultron.
Yeah.
He was.
And I think we're gonna get that in this film, and I'm really excited because that's what this poster speaks
So
to me.
do we think that Ultron creates Vision? Because
He has to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I could have sworn that I mean, maybe it was just like red herrings online or like people just like speculating, but I could have sworn that like Tony and Bruce made him with
No.
Dr. Helen Cho.
No, the
No.
Vision. Side note on Cho, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, that's his mom.
That's his mom. It's gonna be. He's the 12th smartest person in the Marvel. 7th smartest.
Seventh
Yeah.
smartest person
Few
in the
people
world.
have died since I checked that list. They're really pushing with the new trade paper, the new hardcover book that came out, The Rage of Ultron, which they're spoilers. I'm not going to release. Read it. It's actually really good. But they really, really are feeding everyone the whole concept of Vision, where he came from. That Ultron is just like a
Really?
Ultron.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Ultron is just as angry as Hank Pym is about being abandoned and ignored and put down for who he really is, and he doesn't get the respect he deserves. So that's why Ultron is so full of rage, is because he has the Hank Pym in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the redeeming factor of the only thing that's redeemable about Ultron is the fact that he creates the Vision, and the Vision is so much different, drastically different from the imprint of what Ultron is.
Yeah.
That's what separates him, and that's what redeems him, and that's what turns him into a hero.
Well, so there was some new character descriptions that were released this week also, and one of them was for the Vision, played by Paul Bettany, and that description is a powerful and mysterious android that is raw, dangerous, and uncontrollable.
Can I give my theory for
Yeah,
Vision?
please.
No, Coy, you may not. But thank you for asking.
You can just give it
That was so
anyways.
polite.
Go
so
ahead.
I think that he's going to be like Tony Stark creates Ultron naturally, and I think that Ultron will create Vision by way of Jarvis, in that he sees Jarvis as a earlier iteration of him and expel it. And therefore, Jarvis turns into Vision by way of Ultron. Like Ultron is like the sperm that turns into Jarvis with Vision, and they make a weird little baby boy. I think Jarvis, since it's Paul Bettany and he was the voice of Jarvis, there's no way.
Yeah.
I think Ultron will literally expel Jarvis as the good in him, and that will evolve into Vision.
Interesting.
That's
my
yeah.
theory.
okay.
All right.
I like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
It's very weird.
It is very
And
strange.
we've seen nothing close to that. But for
No.
some reason, I feel like there's no way that Paul Bettany casting and that Joss Whedon said that he had the idea for Vision before he even did Avengers 1.
Yeah.
There's no way that's not going to be used. So I
Yeah,
my sperm theory.
I think it will relate back to Jarvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait.
We'll see.
We've
Yeah.
got what, 3 weeks for us?
And Daredevil to tide us
know.
over.
Ugh, it's
And
gonna.
Furious 7
We're
6
all,
more
we're
times.
all going to be binge watching, so it's going to last the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
2 or 3 times we can binge watch it.
But along with the character descriptions that were released, we also have our first official character description for Ulysses Claw, which is a black market arms dealer, smuggler, and gangster operating out of South Africa. He is a former acquaintance of Tony Stark's from his weapon dealing days and a powerful new player in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
that's
So for those of you who don't know do you guys know who Claw is?
I know who he is
bless
from the
you.
comic.
Yeah, from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Damien, why don't you go ahead? Tell us.
Just saying, he was, like you said, an arms dealer. He ended up having some kind of mysterious accident that turned him into a being of pure sound and
Yes.
energy.
Which is why he likes vibranium so much.
because it's actually vibranium is his kryptonite.
But he was going after vibranium when
Because
he
it
had
was
this
his
accident.
Because it was his kryptonite. Because but it turns into his kryptonite because vibranium absorbs all
sound,
wavelengths,
yeah.
even in sound. So it's the one thing that can stop him.
How meta is that Andy Serkis is playing a creature or a guy that is all light and sound in that he's always all light and sound with CGI over him?
Wait, do you think that they're going to do that? Do you think they're
I just
actually going
think
to
it's
turn him
amazing
in?
I think
casting that like
eventually,
the
yeah,
one
we're
guy
gonna
that's
see
always
that.
consistently mocasted.
Yeah.
If they're saying that they're going to turn him into a major player in the Marvel Universe, I think that's going to be just like they did with Crossbones in the Winter Soldier, where he's going to get caught in the explosion of the building, but at the very end, you're going to see his burned body being put into a gurney and then sent into a...
Yeah, because I think he's going to end up being like the main bad guy in the Black Panther movie.
he is. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, I don't see him being a huge part of Ultron.
Yeah.
But I think it's just interesting to see that they're.
It's a great segue.
No,
It's a
no.
great segue, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Going off of that, Andy Serkis actually gave an interview at some British awards a couple weeks ago where he talked about his role in Ultron is like super minimal. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a day of shooting. Like he's barely in it.
There's like 32
So-
cast members, man. Like,
I don't know how anyone except for like Tony is getting screen time.
Yeah. So anyway, I apologize.
Oh
for
no,
cutting you off,
that's
but-
all I was going to say is that I just think it's interesting how Marvel is kind of pulling unknowns. I say unknowns in terms of like the wider mass audience, and they're turning them into bigger players in the MCU. And I think it's great because when you have characters that don't have such a rich history as say the Avengers, you have a lot more ability to open them up and do more things with them. And I think Ulysses Claw is a great basis for an amazing character. I think with Andy Serkis playing or Serkin.
Circus.
Thank
You had it
yeah.
right the first time.
All right. Playing him, I think it's going to be fantastic, and it makes me more excited for the Black Panther movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
And
Which
speaking
segues into...
Black Panther, there's a rumor put out by Latino Review that why am I blanking on his name? Ernie Hudson is up for the role of
Yes.
T'Chaka.
dude,
The only proof that they have that's Mr. Ernie Hudson
Yeah.
now. You may remember him as Winston Zedmore from the Ghostbusters. When someone
and
asks
the
you
cop
for
in
a
the
guy,
Crow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, everyone's favorite Ernie Hudson role.
I stand by that, sir.
Stand hard, sir. Stand hard.
I may be the 1%, but to me, he's always the cop from the Crow, and that's way more associated with this world.
Sorry, Ghostbusters is #1 film of all time
I
for
see
me.
4
and-
Bill Murrays when I think of the Ghostbusters.
Oh my God.
And that's why I'm part of the problem. I'm the people that shouldn't make the Ghostbusters movie.
That's funny.
Anyway, he's reportedly up for the role of T'Chaka. There's no confirmation that he's even met with them. Latino Review said they have it on good authority that he's reading a lot of Black Panther comic books right now, specifically looking for ones with T'Chaka, and he's going to the gym a lot. So for all we know, he's just
Nice.
begging for the job and
he
hasn't
is
even been
already
called.
ripped. He's huge.
Is he really?
Yes.
I haven't seen him recently.
He's got some guns.
Really?
Yes.
he's a big dude.
Yeah, I
I've-
just posted a video for the Geekly News on Wizard World's channel, where we posted about maybe 6 or 7 months prior. Billy Patterson did an interview with Ernie, and Ernie was wearing a black cutoff T-shirt, and his arms arms are just massive.
Really?
See, he's been planning this for. I'm sorry,
yeah.
this
He's
has
been
been the
planning
work.
this for years.
We know this has
I
been
really
going on.
hope it's true, but I love the idea that he just had like a really rough week and was like, I need to kick back, read some comics, go to the gym, and everybody's like, T'Chaka. Only
He would be
T'Chaka.
That must be what it is.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he's like Golden Apple just bored one day, like,
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
T'Chaka.
that rampant speculation.
So he's. I would love to see Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think like he's a great actor from what little I've seen of him, and I would love to see him.
I
do
think it'd be
more.
fun.
Like,
I think it'd be a fun.
I don't. I barely remember him from The Crow, but I just want to see him back on the big screen.
Yeah, I'm
It
excited.
will immediately put me back in a Ghostbusters.
So would
movie.
Ernie Hudson.
I'm sure he would.
Him and Danny Glover are the only two I can
Yeah.
see as it, and that similarly
As
confused
T'Chaka,
in the
yeah.
80s,
No, my money's on Glover.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He'd
awesome.
be so
No,
good.
he would
He was
be great.
awesome
He's
in The
great.
Crow.
He should be Power Man, and Iron Fist should be Mel Gibson, and
my
Shane Black should
God.
direct that,
Wow.
and I'd be happy. Just like leave
Heroes
it
for Hire,
with
I'm getting
Heroes
too
for
over
Hire.
this.
Yes, and he's an Iron Fist on the edge.
Yeah.
Sold. I caught your Glover in The Crow, by the way.
cigarette just hanging outside his mouth. I'm just getting too over this shit.
I'm just getting too old with it. So also, we have the Russos are confirmed to direct Infinity War. We had already had the speculation.
Yeah,
We kind of thought
we
it was
know.
a definite thing, but now it's like 100% confirmed. They'll be directing the 2 Infinity Wars movies. So, yay!
Oh my God!
Yeah, congrats to everybody.
Sorry, real quick.
What?
Someone did just point out that Ernie Hudson played King Neptune in Once Upon a Time, and he was super ripped in
Oh,
that.
really?
I completely forgot about that. Thank
Oh,
you.
man, now I need
Those
to.
were not
Thank you,
featured.
Mighty Ninja.
I've stopped watching Once Upon a Time when they introduced Cruella de Vil. I was like, I'm out. Like she doesn't belong in this
Deep
universe. I'm
Disney.
out. But
my
if
God.
if Ernie Hudson is in it, now I feel like I have to go.
Well, guys, and you should
back
watch it
and
because
watch
I'm
it.
actually going to be at the Once Upon a Time Con in Anaheim next month with the
Oh my
with
God,
the
there's a Once Upon a Time
yes,
Con?
Yeah, it's Rain Con or Royal Con.
Oh my
and I'll
gosh.
be actually on the Once Upon a Time podcast, like the.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
We've
But-
gone too deep.
Sorry.
Hilarious coming.
I know.
We are so down the rabbit hole.
yeah.
Are we gonna? Can we also address the Carol Danvers?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
got something about
So, apparently Carol Danvers is not in the movie at all. Like,
yeah.
Joss Whedon's come out and said, "Did it? No. Sorry.
I
Don't
have-
want to disappoint. Not in it."
I have something on
That was
this.
smart of him.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Damien, tell
well,
us.
all right, if you think about it, what did Kevin Feige say? Kevin Feige said it's not Carol Danvers. It's no one new.
It's someone known to us.
It's no, but someone known to you, and it's not that big of a deal, but it's pretty cool. So if the Marvel Cinematic Universe is rolling everything together, and with Daredevil coming out, Jessica Jones is following it. Why wouldn't they put Jessica Jones in this just as a cameo?
I think it's someone from Agents of Shield.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. You think it's like Daisy Johnson?
I don't necessarily
it's
think it's
Skye?
going to be Skye.
Skye?
I think so. Okay, guys, I know the chat was talking about this, and I wanna say I'm going into spoiler territory. I will wave my hands when I'm done. This is speculation, spoiler here, but it was released that
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
never ends.
Spoiler
It doesn't
Is our
stop.
sub going down?
Oh my God! Save
Death
the
charges,
save
they're
the Red
spoilers.
October. So it was released that we are going to be introduced to Hawkeye's wife in Age of Ultron, and there has been talk that Hawkeye's wife actually already exists on Agents of Shield, and I think we're going to get that actual confirmation.
I
as
just
to
think
who
you're
it is.
putting way too much faith in Agents of Shield at all. I really think they're going to start pulling from the Netflix.
I'm not saying I know things, but I'm just speculating.
Well,
so.
they just got Spider-Man back in the MCU, so it could be Aunt May.
No, it's not going to be Aunt May. I think Hawkeye's wife is going to be someone that's known to us from another property.
And I
That's,
love that you
yeah.
took me seriously on that.
I want that though. All right, spoiler alert's done. You can continue now.
Do we get that like submarine going down like in reverse now? Like zip, rip. We'll have to wait. But there
my
is no Carol
speculation.
Danvers, so let's all calm down.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get Strange, right?
Yeah,
I think we
I
have
think
I
we
mean,
have
right?
to. I think,
Right? Are we gonna get Doctor
Cumberbatch
Strange?
is just
Right?
running around right now waiting.
Yeah.
But please, can we get Doctor Strange?
I just don't think they would do Carol Danvers so soon because there's so many other properties that we have to get through. So, and I think we're gonna get Carol Danvers in Civil War probably.
Yeah, probably so.
That makes sense.
Probably so. So jumping over to Netflix real quick. Another spoiler. Look, we don't need the submarine. We don't need the submarine.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
No, we get it. We get it. We get it. So there's a picture of this is by the way spoiler because a few of you commented on it. You don't want to see the red suit, so we're just gonna briefly cover it. Here's the red suit from Daredevil. If we can put that up there real quick.
There it is.
There it is. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool. Like it's very functional.
It's super awesome.
And I think that they have his head kind of tilted down in a way so you can't really see the horns very well. I think that's
But the horns are there.
Yeah.
They're there. You know they're there, but I think it's on purpose. They don't want to do the full reveal just yet.
And
I think
it was today, right? Like
Yeah, that dropped this morning.
This
That's
morning.
So
Yeah.
smart.
So
They
smart.
really held on to that.
Because
That's so
the entire series releases tomorrow on Netflix.
yeah. So why not
midnight
do
tonight,
that?
right?
Yeah, midnight tonight, technically, yeah.
So
Wow, that almost looks like the yellow and blacks. Was it the yellow and red suit that he wore?
Yeah, the
It
first
does,
suit?
yeah, it does.
the
It does look
original,
like
the
the
original.
first,
It
yeah.
looks like patterned
Yeah,
like that,
there's
but it's
Yeah, no, it's definitely patterned off the first suit, but we're not going to go yellow because I think it's just such
it's
a harsh.
too
he is
crazy.
blind.
Yeah.
He is blind.
Yeah,
Hey,
he doesn't
that's
have-
why it was
yeah.
yellow. You know
you
what,
can
man?
definitely see the shadow of the horns.
I really liked the movie Daredevil Suit. It was functional. It was good. I think it's the only thing
the Ben Affleck one?
Yeah.
the only good
suit
thing about
was
that
really
movie.
The suit did look really
Yeah,
good.
I think this is going to follow in the same vein that it's functional as well as aesthetically pleasing. I'm really excited to see the full reveal, and I got to actually we got to go attend the premiere
Yeah.
of Daredevil, and I
Yeah,
got to
we
talk
did.
to Charlie Cox about the suit.
Are we done talking about the suit? Can we say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's pull the image down. Let's pull the image down.
Spoiler alert!
Over.
Spoiler alert!
Over. It's over.
No
The
more
spoiler, it's
No more
over.
spoil. Is the image down so that we can?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, cool. You can come back and look now. There's no image. So we went to the premiere.
Yeah, it was super awesome. I actually got to cover the red carpet for our sister station, AfterBuzz TV, and I got to speak to Charlie Cox, and he did confirm about the red suit last week, so that was awesome. Spoke with
I don't know.
everyone. No, I'm just like,
I wasn't
everyone.
there. I was just in the theater
you know,
enjoying myself. You were the one doing the press.
I know it was super fun. We got to talk to Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
And we got to speak with.
She is wonderfully nerdy, as we all.
She's so amazing.
She seems like she's
Surprisingly
really-
so, she really
yeah.
is, which is really cool.
She's
like when they revealed that she was Night Nurse, they asked her what other movie she wanted to be in, and she said Doctor Strange, and I was like, oh, she's read the Oath.
She's really into it.
I love her.
Total aside, that was one of my favorite things when you see Luke Cage, we see Danny Rand just sitting there with like a ice on his knee, sitting in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read the book, folks.
Yeah. The
She
Oath.
was in a
So
Kevin
good.
Smith movie. That's like
Yeah.
perma nerd cred for me.
Yeah.
Clark Stew, Rosario Dawson can do no wrong.
No,
Except
I-
Alexander, but Clark Stew
Nightmare.
forgave that.
Yeah.
And
Night Nurse rules.
I do want everyone to like head on over after the show, watch the interviews on AfterBuzz. But I will say what I took away from interviewing the cast is how excited they are.
Yeah.
Like if they weren't fans before, they are now fans of Daredevil, and that made me really happy. And I'm really excited for the series. I mean, obviously it's a red carpet, it's a press line. They're supposed to be excited, but you could tell which answers were coached and which were honest. And there was a lot of honest answers from these cast, and so I'm
Yes,
really
the Marvel
excited.
universe, where epic movies happen.
Oh, and I got to talk to Uncle Jeff Loeb. He's not really my uncle. I call him Uncle Jeff because I always seem to run into him at really random places, and I just was drunkenly
That's
called
so
him.
creepy.
I called him Uncle Jeff once drunkenly at Comic-Con, and it just stuck. But it's super. Like, I mean, he talks to us a little bit about like what it's like being kind of head of the
television
side,
side. Yeah.
and what he brings to it, and it's awesome. So
Real quick, let's talk about what we liked about the Daredevil.
yeah,
like,
what-
So we only saw the first 2 episodes. So for all we know, like the rest of the series just sucks. I don't know. But the first 2 episodes, I doubt it, because the first 2 episodes were amazing. Like it's some of the most realistic fight scenes I've ever seen. Like when Captain America fights a dude, he punches him and he's out. When Daredevil punches a dude, it takes like 3 or 4 punches just to get him dazed.
Wuss.
Jerk. And like he gets winded. It's very realistic. Like, and you can literally see him like having to like dig deep to like continue fighting.
And
like,
he it's very like Charlie Cox trained in boxing for this. Like, 'cause I recently started taking boxing classes, and it's freaking hard, but he's got like the moves down. He's pulling his boxing roots of the character.
Yeah.
And it's so fantastic to see
so
that.
fun to watch him fight, and like he still does like the acrobatics that you want to see Daredevil do, but it's like it's just one other thing in a bag of tricks, and it's the thing that he barely uses. He only uses like, oh, I've got to jump over here and do this really awesome thing, but just to get out of this one little jam, and now I'm going to go back to like working this dude's face with my fists, and like he gets knocked down constantly, and then he gets back up, and it's one of the most satisfying. Fun, like your body cheers. You don't even know that you're cheering. Your body leads the cheer, and your brain's like, "Oh yeah, that was amazing!" Like it is so good. It is so good. I hate to say it's one of the best TV shows made, but in terms of Marvel, this is like it changes the game.
It's going to be different because they have Netflix that they're on versus ABC, so you're able to open it up to a much wider audience. You're able to do things that you can't have on network television. They also have a budget that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have.
Yeah,
so
very true.
It's I would say it's a
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has the bus. That was their budget.
That was their
budget. Yeah.
I will say Netflix. What they're doing developing these shows is really great because it's on par with what you expect from HBO cinema.
It really is.
Like,
it would be perfectly at home in one of those networks.
And AMC to that extent is getting to that level, but they're still not there with what they can really produce. So I really feel like Netflix, I'm excited for what they're doing. So, I'm a huge House of Cards fan to begin with, and now with all the new MCU tie-ins, it's gonna be
like I will say that like just the first 2 episodes made me have all the faith in the world that this series is gonna be everything we wanted it to be.
And I think the following ones are going to be, and I can't wait. I really hope we get like a Ghost Rider and Moon Knight coming forward.
That'd be God! If we could get like Midnight Suns in the second phase, I would.
Marvel Knights, man.
I would punch holes in walls out of excitement.
Can you like how good they could literally make like Moon Knight? Each different episode was a different personality trait of his, and then at the end build up to
my
being
favorite
like
is a 6-year-old girl.
Just a whole episode of that.
Yeah,
just been bringing
done. Want to watch it?
But like, if this is this good, like this is where they start. Then we're golden, man. TV and film is Marvel's.
So real quick, let's talk about television. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is reported to have a spinoff coming. It's quietly in development. It may not happen. First of all, let me say the interview that they had with a Hollywood reporter, I believe, said that there's a 60% chance that Agent Carter will be coming back. So we know that it's still being considered.
Have you guys watched that? Is it good?
Yeah,
Agent Carter,
I haven't seen it
it's
yet.
fantastic.
Yeah, it kind of had a couple lull episodes, but overall, I would say it was very strong. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. It was, nice. And it was only 8 episodes, so like they had the story. It was very compact and just really well done. So, 60% chance that that's coming back. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is pretty much guaranteed to come back for a 3rd season, according to this. But now they're working on another one. So the speculation is, well, what is it? The only clue that we have to go on is that it's going to be based loosely on stuff that's happening towards the end of the season that's going on now. So since they're doing stuff with Inhumans,
do you think we get an Inhuman
my
show?
thought is that it'll be like an Inhuman show, and that would be great for Marvel because that would be a perfect segue into their film universe. What would that be? 2019, I think that film
comes out. Aren't they also doing an X-Men show?
That would be Fox.
That would be Fox.
Right, but I just mean in existence. Like,
and that's going to be on Netflix,
and X-Men are competing.
That
literally.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because they're very similar. Obviously, that's why Marvel's
pretty much the same.
And that's why X-Men is going away in the comics.
Yeah, it's real sad because I love me some X-Men.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going away. They're bringing back like how many incarnations in the Secret Wars?
I feel like that's
happens after.
Like I feel like that's the last hurrah, and that really worries me. I don't think they'll go away forever because there's no way. There's too much of a cash cow. But
way too much.
But Axel said in an interview not too long ago, Axel Alonso, the editor-in-chief, I was reading this on, I forget, don't quote me on this, I could be misquoting it, was Axel said, but I think, or Brevoort, I'm sorry, it was Tom Brevoort, was like, no, it's what's going to make money right now, and there's, if you have one property that's making 100% of the profits and one that's making none.
Oh, I remember that quote. And it makes sense, like, they make 90% of the money off these billion-dollar films, but I will say it publicly, right now, X-Men 800 times better than Inhumans.
Yes.
I
my
love
God.
the X-Men.
Yes.
I casually appreciate the Inhumans.
Oh,
I
love the Inhumans so much.
The new Inhuman
book
is good, but X-Men hands down.
X-Men is what got me into comics.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, John Romita Jr.'s art on X-Men in the 80s is what I see comics as still.
Jim
And
Lee's
without that-
X-Men,
Yeah,
like in
man,
'91.
the
That's where I
90s
started, So like I love
Oh,
the
you
X-Men.
young lad. You.
Get out of here, David.
What's Marvel going to be like with that?
Dark and right,
You know what I
eh?
mean? They've already killed Wolverine very weirdly and boringly.
Yeah.
He's a
Very
hood
true.
ornament.
Yeah, it just doesn't
Very
work.
strange.
But
So
Wolverine's title.
So let's jump over to Wizard World fan section. So last week we had a lot of people asking us questions. We couldn't get to all of them, so we're going to try really fast right now to pick up a couple extras. James Floodgate asked last week, who should play Moon Knight?
Oh, I have
Ben
no
Foster.
idea.
Ben
I
Foster?
get to say
He would be
every
great.
episode. For
He
some
would be
reason, this
great.
comes up enough. I can mention it. Ben
I
Foster.
want an unknown.
Really?
I want a total unknown.
Because you want to be able to get lost in the character and not
Yes.
know who it is? Okay,
Yes.
fair.
I
That's fair.
I can't. I'm so sick of seeing characters that I've seen in other actors
Yeah.
that I've seen in other films, and I want
That's
to give
fair.
somebody else a chance.
That's fair. Do you have anyone?
I don't,
I'm terrible
yeah,
at fan casting. I'm not
I
even
suck
gonna
at
try.
fan casting.
I'm so bad at this.
Unless it's like Wes Anderson meets X property. That's the only thing I can fan cast, but I always fan cast from Wes Anderson
Who's the actor
films.
that played Moriarty in Sherlock?
Oh,
That guy.
that could
guy
be
would
good.
great.
I like that guy. Oh, come on, apple boxes.
Tom Hardy is my height, and he is giant as baby.
He's too.
They can creatively. Mel Gibson's 5. I keep mentioning Mel Gibson too, but he's 5'7".
You are obsessed with him. Why don't you just go marry Mel
If I could
Gibson?
find him.
So real fast, let's ask this
Malibu.
one real quick. Gamer Girl 2330 asked, "Who's your choice to play Iron Fist?" Hers is Aaron Tveit, who I'm not familiar with.
Aaron Tveit is in.
Tveit?
I
Thank
think
you.
it's Tveit. Whatever. He's the main guy in Graceland, and he comes from Broadway, so he's a really good actor.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm sure he would be fine. I forgot to look him up before we came in, but
I'd like to throw my hat in the ring. Just Marvel for watching.
for Iron Fist.
Anyone.
Sure.
Moon Knight, Iron Fist. Let me.
Do you have anyone though? Like you're so good at fan
Oh,
casting,
dude. For Iron Fist, someone said Charlie Hunnam, and I
Yeah.
didn't hate it.
I don't hate that either.
It would have to be somebody who has a lot of martial arts experience personally beforehand going into this. I wouldn't want to see somebody new.
Try to learn it for
Try
the
to
role.
learn
Yeah,
it,
I'd
yeah.
rather have like a really, really good martial arts that's 70% good actor learn that last 30% than an actor try to learn 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But then again, we all saw Furious 7, and when they cast fighters as actors, it doesn't bode well.
Jason Lasoya is saying Justin Theroux should be Moon Knight.
The Rock for everything.
That's different. That's Justin Theroux really good.
Yeah.
In the comics, speaking
Charles Angels too.
of Iron Fist, Iron Fist is training the Hulk in martial arts right now to fight Red
awesome.
Hulk.
Oh yeah, he did that with Spider-Man too.
Doc-
yeah.
You mean
Iron
Doc
Spider-Man.
Green?
Doc Green, yes.
Doc
Doc
Green,
Green
yeah.
is learning the
my
way of the
God.
Iron Fist.
Rockstar227 wants to know who will die in Age of Ultron.
Really good.
Oh, it's us.
Oh.
It keeps happening.
Just
Why
mute
did I
it.
come
Just mute
back?
it.
Okay, I got it.
I don't know that anyone's gonna die. I don't think anyone's gonna. I'm not putting my money on anyone dying.
Ultron.
Ultron will be decimated. I don't know if
Yeah.
he'll die.
No,
I think
he'll be
he's
back.
assembled. I think well, let's see. It's Joss Whedon. He hasn't really killed anyone yet.
Because Marvel won't let him.
I know.
Yeah, they brought Coulson back. They're not going to let him
That's
kill
true.
a hero.
Yeah.
I don't think we're necessarily going to see a death. I still think the Hulk is going to get shot off into space or something.
I think there's a strong
That's the closer
possibility that
Yeah.
we'll see Banner shot into space,
Yeah.
and then we'll have that whole Illuminati storyline leading to
Yeah.
Planet Hulk.
But I don't think
see them doing
it's-
Planet
I don't see them
Hulk. That's
doing
too
Planet
Yeah,
Hulk,
but I think
but
we'll see something.
I don't see anyone as dying.
I don't see
Yeah.
anyone dying. I don't think it
Yeah,
works.
I don't
Maybe-
think, yeah.
It's going to be dark.
I see a lot of dead New York civilians.
Yeah, Baron von Strucker. Strucker will die.
And then Craig Spalding pointed out that Chloe Bennett's Instagram showed that she was reading the Inhumans Marvel Knights comic, and she said she was doing some research. Do we have that picture? Can we put that up real quick? There we go. Yeah, she's reading that. If you want to read Inhumans, that's the one to read.
Yeah. a good
Jay
one.
Lee does the art. Who wrote it? I can't. I think it's James is the name. I can't remember. But that book is great. Marvel Knights Inhumans. I think it's from 1998. Super good.
I'm not up on my shield. Have they told you who her parents are yet? Who Sky's parents are?
We know that her mom is unknown, but her dad is.
What's his name?
So is there a possibility that she could be an Inhuman?
No, she is an
She
Inhuman.
is.
Have
No,
you
I'm
wa-
saying in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is she an Inhuman?
She's an Inhuman.
Yeah, she's an
Yeah.
Inhuman.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
Quake. They made Quake, Daisy Johnson and Inhuman.
Okay.
So, but why is she reading that? Like, so in that book, there's a lot of international politics going on and stuff like that. There's the world is kind of coming down on them. They're sending, I think, Karnak to a World Congress to find out, like, to try and make deals and everything. So I think we might see the world and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. get to know the Inhumans and get to know like Adelan or whatever other communities they have out there, and that starts that intrigue, which I think would also lead into them doing an Inhumans TV show.
which would do
This
well.
one?
God,
Jenkins.
Could you imagine the
Thank you,
CG
Paul
budget
Jenkins.
alone for Medusa's hair?
It's gonna be amazing.
What do you think about Howling Commando show?
I would love that.
I
Okay.
would love that.
Like,
that would be
yeah.
a
Love
good
that, but I mean,
Yeah.
if they're
sister
doing-
to Agent Carter.
Yeah, but who's going to be the bad guy?
You could bring Strucker back.
Okay.
Everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got one quick thing to do real quick. We've got our Wizard World question of the month. This one is for the 2 tickets to anywhere in the U.S. If you can get there, we can get you in the door.
Yep.
That's the deal. The question.
Wait. These are tickets for the show, not tickets to get to the
Yes,
show.
Exactly.
they're
You should
tickets
clarify.
for
Yeah,
the
tickets
show.
for the show. If you can get there, we can get you through the door. So, and Wizard World is like where pop culture comes to life. I mean, you work there. You know,
I work
like,
there,
They have
I'll
all
tell you.
sorts of
Yes,
fantastic
we have
guests all the time.
amazing stuff.
It's a great show.
Yes.
Great. If you've never been to a comic book convention, this is a great one to go to. So the question that we're going to ask in honor of all the Deadpool stuff that's come out, and that's going to probably continue coming out since they seem to be doing very great fan service. What movie does Wade Wilson, Daredevil, Deadpool, want to be in more than anything? Like past, present, future, what movie does that character want to wish he could be in or star in?
Such a good question.
That's a good question.
I love it so much.
Like
Yeah.
Deadpool wants to be in Gone with the Wind. That's the movie. So tell us, so like why? Tell us the movie
Deadpool
and why.
wants to be Tyler Durden.
Yeah. He is.
He
trying.
probably
Right?
sees himself as
Right?
Tyler Durden.
All right,
That's
let's
that's
give
my 2
it, yeah,
cents.
All
let's
right,
not give away
let's-
too many.
Let's
Yeah.
do one more. Let's do that, and
Okay.
then we're gonna go out.
Yeah, sorry.
Did you do your Wolverine bit yet?
Oh no, I just was playing with him.
Okay.
Look at this. I mean, he's got
Do
claws
not
and
make
swords.
fun. Do not make fun. That is from when I was a child.
Did Rob Liefeld draw this?
He's got
It's not
ankles,
got
so
pouches.
no.
He's got wrists
Sorry.
and ankles,
Let me
so-
put some rocks
Actually,
in front of it.
Brittany bought this for me as a
That's really
gift.
cute. No, I feel bad. And no, someone's like, is Meredith bored by the podcast? No, I had to look up who wrote the Inhumans book. Sorry, I'm like,
Paul Jenkins.
I'm
Thank
that level of nerd that I'm like, wait, if I don't know, I'm sorry, I have to stop engaging
Everything
on this
that you
thing
do.
right now because I need to find out. So, but
All
yeah,
right,
Paul
well, let's
Jenkins.
do one of these real quick, and then we're
Battle.
gonna
Do you know
go
how this
out.
works, Damien?
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Do
gonna
I go in?
Yeah, go in.
Diving in.
Why?
I'm not looking.
Who-
I get the same thing I got earlier. All right, you ready?
yeah,
Spider-Man versus J. Jonah Jameson.
and versus Wonder Man.
So it's Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson teaming up against Wonder Man.
And do we say why the person's going to win?
Yeah. So,
J. Jonah Jameson is going to cheat, and he's going to have someone. He's going to bring in like a rhino or a scorpion or somebody
that
else
bastard!
that he has the money, he has the finances to do so. Plus, you got Spider-Man, the Spider Sense, and he's just going to take down Wonder Man and his ionic powers of doom.
but I do have a strength level of 7 and stamina of 7, so at least I'm gonna hold out for a little bit.
I mean, Wonder Man isn't even human anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's just pure ionic energy.
No, and Spider-Man, with his scientific knowledge, is going to figure out a way to
That would
neutralize
be
the
that would be
ionic
the only
ability.
way that he could do it is if scientific knowledge.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so
all right.
that's
I
our show.
concede.
If you want to participate in the Wizard World question of the month, that's going to be on our Facebook page. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Marvel Movie News. That's our show, though. Do we have any final thoughts on anything?
My brother's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wave to
Say
the
hi.
yeah.
Say hi.
My little
and
brother's visiting, and I wanted to. He's here,
Yeah.
so I just had to do that as a big brother.
Welcome to the
It's cool.
Californians.
He's in California for the
Yeah.
first time. I'm
So,
proud to be.
and do we have anything else? What's your Twitter handle again? If people
Twitter
want to
is
tweet you?
at a comic book nerd, and you can find me at Wizard World, wizardworld.com, and you can also find me at Superpower Beatdown on Bat in the Sun.
Great.
Yeah.
And you?
So you guys can see me if you want to come hang out with me in person. I'll be at Big Wow Comic Fest in San Jose next weekend, the 18th and 19th. Come out and say hi. Also, I launched my new show yesterday. Me and our producer Steven do the cosplay coach. Well, he doesn't do it. He just hangs out and he runs it for me. But come learn how to make costumes with me Wednesdays at 4 or catch up afterwards on Popcorn Talk Network.
Yeah. All right. Well,
And find me on
I've got nothing.
internets.
Hey, I'm Matt Key. I'm awesome. So special thanks to our prize sponsor, Wizard World Conventions. They've got Vegas WonderCon. They've got their Vegas Wizard World coming up on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of this month. Then they go on to Minneapolis, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then they're on to their big show in Philadelphia. May 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, where they've got David Tennant, Billy Piper. They've got Haley Atwell's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's one of your bigger shows. Yeah.
I can't tell you, so many of my friends are posting about this. They've already like pre-bought bought their tickets. Like they're super excited for the Philly show.
So, and please don't forget to subscribe to our show on iTunes, Marvel Movie News. Rate us, leave a comment, like us there. YouTube through the Popcorn Talk Network. Comment, thumbs us up, keeps us coming back to you guys. Find us on Facebook, Marvel Movie News. Find us on Twitter at Marvel News PTN. I think that's right.
Marvel News
PTN. Brain lost there. Anyway, that's our show. I'm Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko.
I'm Damien.
I'm Coy Jandreau.
That's our show. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love you, Matt. Thank you.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit PopcornTalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.